Okay, it
Is
says
are the seconds going?
yes, I can.
Yeah, it's a battery saver. So, which you're fine. We can pick right up and say.
So yeah, she decided that I was the only one that could read those books because nobody else could read them any better. I would put the punctuations on there, and she thought, "Oh my goodness, mom's the greatest." When it came to education, so she just really thrived. And so when her first year in Georgia, she thought, "Okay, this is going to be not scary," and they were actually having her be like a mentor to our other kids.
Well, yeah, and she can have friends. She can have a little girl life like she deserved. That's awesome.
Yeah, but yeah.
So what changed? Like what happened that Georgia wasn't going on anymore? What happened?
She realized that I was trying to leave my second husband, and that she also realized that things were not as the way it should be, because she was being told by one parent that she didn't have to learn anything, because when she get in college, that's when she would learn it, or vice versa. And I was getting all of these kind of mixed messages, and realizing that he was putting her on like the goody powder that you can get at the junior food stores, that were kind of like for sinus problems stuff.
Oh,
Yeah,
really?
yeah. He was actually dumping that into a soda pop can, and that was really kind of.
So he's drugging his own daughter.
Oh yeah. And by the time I got her on Monday, she was a basket case. She was all over the place. Tuesday, she was calming down. Wednesday, she was fine. She was like, "Oh, this is cool. Everything's great." Thursday would come, she'd get into a panic attack. Friday, she would be a basket case. Literally a basket case. And Friday, right after school, I had to deliver her down in Florida.
Wow. So she's literally she's detoxifying and doesn't even realize, well,
I got into a vitamin company so that I could cope with what
on
she
how
was
to do,
going.
yeah,
Yes,
because that's unusual. Yes.
It was actually a liquid vitamin that I would give to her. She would run around the kitchen about as big as this room, like she was on speed, and then literally collapse and say, "Mom, I can't believe I feel normal."
Yeah. Yes.
Can I have some more of that? And a couple hours later, maybe,
yeah.
She would literally ask for it.
And because that was her counteractive
Yes.
to what her dad had been giving her. So then, so what'd you do? I mean, so what's the breaking point in terms of you're getting ready to leave Georgia?
Yeah.
What's that? Did you finally you left your second husband?
And then he literally put me in jail. He when she left, because he basically took me back to court, put me on visitated rights again, because he knew that he was going to go to jail again. He wasn't paying on the house that he was buying, and people were literally hounding him down because he was a pimp and wanted to do that business again. People were finding him.
Right. So he'd been in jail before, and so he was in a risky for prostitution, and he was in a risky, literally safety wise. There's people that were just like in the movies. People are going to come after him and take him out. Yep. Well, that's real.
Yeah,
he
was a car salesman, and he knew a lot of people. And like I said, you come around. What comes around goes around. Mm-hmm. Knowing people. So basically, he went back to jail and placed her with a family that was not willing to let me know where she was. He knew that the family wanted their son to go into the service, and he was becoming an alcoholic, and they needed to stop that. And so she basically got dibs to their couch.
Wow.
So into almost 4 years of not seeing her and losing hope, and then him realizing, my second husband realizing that, hey, she's going to leave me, he put me in jail. He literally beat me up so bad that when the newspapers hit, and I got out of jail, they knew that I was going to be prosecuted because he had the money, and that's the way Georgia, excuse me, worked. I needed work, so I actually got a nursing home job along with Walmart. And when I here after paying restitution and not having good representation. um, my family said, "Hey, we need to move you out of Florida, Georgia. You've gone through enough down here."
Yeah, yeah.
And at the time too, my family had kind of gone north instead, and now my parents are back down in Georgia and Florida, but family down there. But in all reality, they just knew that I just didn't need to be in that.
You needed a fresh
It's
start, a
yeah.
way to come and have a new identity. And so you did. So you came up here, and but did you have your daughter with you or no?
No, she had literally married him. She was searching for me to tell me that he was going overseas.
Wait, your daughter married?
Her the guy that was going to go over into the service.
Okay, okay,
That was going to be, basically trying to not be an alcoholic.
okay.
That's one of the other things she's overcome. When I mentioned earlier.
Yeah, yeah. So
Being
she's a
alcoholic.
full-grown adult by the time you come to Kansas.
Mhm.
Okay.
She's at least almost 19.
Yeah, yeah. So you got here, and how long have you been here?
Oh my goodness. I would say
And you came by
7 years.
You came by yourself?
Yes.
Just all but you said your folks were here. People
Yeah.
were already here. Did you stay with them, or where did you stay when you got here?
I stayed with my sister for almost a year, and then I bought a house, and because the economy fell out, I had to sell that. And my sister, being very religious like my father, we just don't speak on terms. And my other family members, they're one's a wife of a chaplain. My daughter, is in school to be a neurologist and brain surgeon, so she doesn't have time for mom. Basically, the family is really kind of separated because of my father.
Right.
They're just kind of spread all over the United States, and they're just kind of like,
Kind of split.
Yeah.
Yeah.
they have family reunions, but that's only because it's just so many grandkids, there's like, just out of the 6 kids, there's like 29 grandkids.
Wow.
Yeah.
So how did you end up where you were at today? If you have family nearby, or if you could go to family, which you've done over the years, but I mean, you're you're an adult, and so why are you here?
Why am I here? Because I want to be able to make a success on my own. I guess for my own self-esteem. I know that if you don't better yourself and have your own self-esteem, you really don't care about other people as much as you should. And I really told my daughter, if your daddy doesn't love himself, then how can he love you? And one of the things I had to tell her also was, if you play with fire, you're going to get burned. And one of the things that might happen is your dad might put you in jail if you stick around him. Mm-hmm. And she tried to run one of his businesses, and she says, "Mom, I can't go back down to Florida. He wants to put me in jail."
Yeah.
So, I mean, she called me up. She says, "I'm never going to talk to my father again. Are you sitting down, Mom?"
But how does he have this power to put people in jail? I guess I don't understand that part. I think that's a little unclear. Like you said, you had gotten beat up and got put in jail. How were you put in jail? Is it because you're helping with the business that's an illegal business, and you're going to be named in that because you're married to them? Or I guess I was just trying to understand that, because I'm not sure everyone will understand.
Yeah, it's because he didn't pay his employees, and they were coming after him.
Okay, I gotcha.
He was sending all of his money to his girlfriend that wasn't even in the same state.
Right.
And you have to be responsible for what you do.
Right. So business practices were not proper. Okay,
Right.
that makes sense.
She didn't think that anything would be possible, that he would do no wrong.
Right.
She, I guess, did not want to face what was happening.
Right. So what got you to? And I know you're here to better yourself, but I mean, what's the difference between you just going out and getting an apartment and going to get some counseling or something? What happened to where you're not able to sustain yourself at this time, and you're heading to that direction? Is that correct?
Mm-hmm. A lot of health issues. Time has a way of taking a toll on your body, along with your your self-esteem. When I met my third husband, I basically, did have the self-esteem that I needed, and didn't think that I could run his business like I did. I took his business in his accounting from 2,800 to 48,000.
It's wonderful.
Yeah, in 3 years, and I thought to myself, okay, good grief, if I can do this, I need to get the education so that I can actually get paid for what I'm doing
Right.
and have the self-esteem and have the self-worth that I need to back it up. Because it's one thing to be able to do it, but it's another thing to be able to say, hey, I'm confident in doing this.
Right. That's great. And so you did mention medical issues. You and I had met before and talked about this, and what happened that caused you. She's got these really great shoes on that you have to lift up to the camera to show. We have a picture of, and they're really awesome. But there's kind of a reason that she wears them. And so what happened? I know you told us you ran track when you were younger, but then after that, and some of life's things and some things happened to kind of.
Yeah, I got an uppercut from my first husband, which severed my neck, and they thought that I should have been paralyzed. I was real fortunate over that, and really didn't get the chiropractical care or what have you from that. Then the carpal tunnel kind of driven from that, possibility. Um, then when I was in healthcare, doing home care for people, I ended up going to the doctors for the shots that you needed for elderly people, and getting the shot that was for the shingles, as far as, or should I say, the chicken pox, and ending up with shingles because I didn't had the education that hey, if I got the shot for the chicken pox again, that would open up the door for shingles. So that was a new discovery here recently, and because of that, I have internal shingles, and it was not even discovered for probably maybe more than 10 years.
Wow.
Suffering with that, because I'd wake up in the morning, my right side of my body would be paralyzed. I mean, literally, I could not function with my legs to even go to the bathroom. Um, it's pretty scary when you think, okay, if you don't have your health, nothing really other than that really matters, and you really kind of start getting self-conscious, and especially what I did with my daughter as far as her health. I just really thought, okay, if I don't take care of me, something's gonna give.
Right. Right.
So I got into vitamin companies. I really educated myself and tried to find my own symptoms, especially when you've had husbands that didn't care about themselves. You also have health issues due to those issues also in your care that you received.
Right. Right. So let me ask you this: what if you could say something to people in our area? This is Wichita, Midwest. Supposed to be the Bible Belt. That's kind of fading away. Unfortunately, but if you could let people know why they need to pay attention to those around them, and maybe reach out and help in a non-judgmental way. I mean, what would you say to people when they say, "Oh, that's a homeless person. Homeless people are dirty. They're this or that." How can you help to reverse that stereotype? I mean, what would you tell them if you could just be honest and say blank?
There's probably not just so many words that I really know what to say on that, but I know that when you start out in life, it's going to be a great big circle that you're going to revolve back into. And what you do during that period of time can alter and change your life forever. And I hope in reality that I can make a change in those other people, because life is very short. You never know what you're going to be handed.
Right.
No one knows whether or not they're going to have things in life, and they don't choose what they or who they were going to be in life, what kind of family they were going to receive. And when you look at the common sense and say, hey, what can I change to make far as, overall.
Right. So right now you have a plan and a strategy. And what's the day in the life for you right now to get you there? And what's the plan that you want to end up with when you're done?
My strategy is to basically get my foundation good, because if that's not in a great platform, then the rest is not going to work. My study habits, my education, and the level that I want it to be. I kind of have test fright, and I really didn't think, too much of that. And even when my daughter was was telling me that she had 5 tests in one day, and I was like, that just doesn't seem possible. How do you do that? So I realized that I really needed to go back to school. So I'm in Watts right now, as far as getting there a foundation for getting back into school.
Good,
for
good.
for GED basically.
Mm-hmm.
But whether or not I actually get the GED is whether or not I get that foundation, and I actually can achieve getting that education in school, because I have that foundation as far as just being able to study and good practices.
Right. Now, are you also working right now?
I don't have work right now, but I'm still searching, and I also know too that maybe the guy upstairs knows that my health has not been the greatest, being on the streets, and so I'm getting to like a rest period.
Right. So, but with the knowledge you've already shown that you have an aptitude for business and for accounting, and which is kind of nice. That means a little bit of computer work, which maybe will relieve you a little, although carpal tunnel can be questionable. But do you have an aspiration of what you'd like to do when you complete your education?
A billing specialist, probably in the medical field, or something that would be in government, as far as bookkeeping, as far as maybe processing documents or what have you. I've always enjoyed organizing for some unknown reason. But yes, I don't think that there's any limit to what you can offer yourself, as far as seeing how far you can really go, and what you can achieve. It's only what you're going to limit your own self and what you think.
Right.
I mean, they say you're only as beautiful as you think you are. Well, okay, I'm actually gorgeous.
That's awesome. That's awesome. So, do you plan on staying in Wichita area? Is this where you want to stay, or have you thought about that? What do you want to do? Are you currently single right now? Or are you?
Yes, I'm single, but not divorced, and I plan on staying in Wichita, if that's where the work is. And
Right.
I really kind of think that a lot of times when you look at the whole United States and you think, okay, the drought and everything else that's going around it, and they kind of say, okay, the middle is finally getting the impact. I kind of like Wichita so far, just simply because of that reason. It's just kind of like, okay, a lot of people seem to be doing their own thing as far as starting their own businesses.
Yes. Very entrepreneurial city, very healthy economy. Great. It's very affordable to live here once you're established, and education is unlimited. So, okay. Well, is there anything else you'd like to share before we go, or we're just having a conversation? So this is all edited. It's not going to be all like. It's not going to be everybody sitting there going, "Oh." Anything you'd like us to know about you?
Oh, you probably hit pretty much everything. Yeah.
What's your favorite song? If you could put a theme song to your life, do you have a music style or a song that you would like to have included as part of your theme, or an artist that you like?
There's so much music out there that is new, as far as different types of arts that is just kind of coming up. Lost for words here.
That's okay.
I listen to the Christian radio station all the time. K-Love, or
AFR,
AFR,
91.1.
They came out with a new song here recently, and it speaks about marriage and whether or not you're worth it.
I think I know that song. I think I know exactly. It's a male? He sings, is it a guy that talks about his wife sees her photograph and then realizes he hasn't been caring for her like he should? I'm not sure if it's the same one.
No, it's actually, you could actually use it as a wedding song.
Oh, okay.
It talks about self-esteem and the love that only God can give to you.
I will find that.
Okay.
Sounds like a Stephen Curtis Chapman
I
song.
actually have, when I finished Fresh Hope, over there at His Helping Hands, they gave me the CD for it. Ooh. So I can give that
Send
to
me
you.
the song. Send me the song and I'll put it in there. We'll put that as your theme song.
Cool.
All right. Well, you did awesome. That's it.
We're
good. We're good.
Thank you.
And actually, I think this one was better than the last one. Because the last one, it was still really good. And you were nervous this time. You're just like you've been doing this all your life and you're brave. And we appreciate it because we want to get the word out. You know, we don't know how much of an impact we hope it will. We hope that the stories, because we will be perpetuating these later. I mean, after we're done with the class, these will go, and we'll hope that some people at the university will pick it up and say, you know, this is what they're doing already, and they've got funding and they've got that kind of stuff, and we can
Awesome.
Help people. See, they're great, girl. So we'll send an invitation to you. It's coming up so quickly. We have a lot of work to do to put it together.
Okay.
But we're excited, so we're gonna.
Do you have my email?
I do, and we're gonna talk to. And I think I saw you liked our page, our Facebook page. Did you already? I think I saw you. It was you or one of the girls.
I have a strange picture. I'm very shy.
That's okay. I just thought I saw your name or something that you liked our page. And we're thinking about seeing if we could interview Jamie next week or something, just to get her perspective on what it's like on her end. You know, what does she see? Because we had a good conversation, and you know, some people really care because this profession is not high paid, elitist, whatever. But so you have to really have a heart for it. You know.
Oh yeah, and I thought about going into social work, but I feel like. For a long time, I feel like
it's kind of slippery slope.
Yeah. It's. I did so much home care that I really thought to myself, it's exhausting mentally. And then when I looked at psychological psychology, I was like, no, thank you.
Yeah. Well, awesome. Well, we still have the photos of your shoes. We're going to use those. Those are really cool. That did work out.
Well, I do have two other pair if you want to advertise. they're the boots and the tennis shoes.
Oh, well, we might offer that later. I don't think we're allowed to do any advertising, but okay. Do you have any questions for us? I think we're good.
Well, you said you're going to get back with me and through Facebook, so that's basically it.
Yeah, we will. I'm gonna try to get the stuff designed for the event and everything. What it's gonna look like. Send that stuff out, and then I'll reach out to you. And if I can't that way, I may just send you a text or something. Because I should be able to, because we set our page up so that we can have friends. Because some pages on Facebook you're not allowed to. It's really weird. It's how you set it up, the profile. But I think ours is that way.
Okay.
So because a lot of times we're like, please like us, and then we don't know. So I'll do that and get that to you. And we'll send stuff to Jamie so that we can have a night. And we're trying to finalize the details. To make sure that we've got everything in place, and then you guys just show up and sit in a seat and don't throw tomatoes at us if it
I hope I didn't bore you guys again.
No, you did fantastic. We're good.
Thank you for giving us another interview.